You are watching UCU Focus TV.
It has been just a few days into the Trinity semester. However, a lot has been happening on the campus ground, from the UCU Law Society elections and the Guild Bazaar. This and so much more is in tonight's bulletin. But first, the news headlines.
Tonight, Law Society election set for May 28th. Is Chinabere Andrew ready to execute this mandate?
Honestly, I've heard about the election. I've seen posters around, I've seen flyers, but I've not actually seen the people in person. They have not talked to us in person.
Guild Bazaar kicks off semester with local business boosts.
And I'm calling upon you guys to come check us out. We have various COVID.
The Fuel Program 2025 officially launches in Nkoyo with curriculum revamp.
I am really impressed by the heart that the people who are running this and ensuring that this works have.
Freshers inducted. Are the freshmen impressed with the community so far?
The elder students are welcoming. Yeah, it's a good environment.
Welcome back from the headlines. This is Media Link News with me, Yvonne Mutesi. Now, in our top stories tonight, the Law Society Electoral Commission yesterday released the list of successfully vetted candidates for the May 28th polls. John Albert Mwanika and Eunice Nantongo Wangabira are set to have a bidding for the society's most prestigious position. However, a number of students have expressed dissent about the electoral season, citing the curtains are still lying low.
The Uganda Christian University Law Society is entering a pivotal phase after the Society Electoral Commission released the list of successfully vetted candidates set to campaign ahead of the upcoming elections on May 28, 2025. In an official letter dated May 15, 2025, that was widely circulated across law school forums, Biaganja Cynthia, the publicity secretary to the commission, announced Eunice Nantongo Wangabira and Mwanika John Albert as the candidates in the presidential race. The Law Society spokesperson Remy Wahanze has called on all members to actively participate in the electoral process, emphasizing that the Commission is committed to organizing a free, fair and credible election, alluding to the Society's strong track record.
Finally, we have two candidates out of the vetting process, out of the three. And of course, that's Mwanika John Albert and Eunice Wangabira. We implore all the students to participate in the election and to give it the due accord that it deserves, so that they'll be able to have leaders that are going to be effective and represent them ably. Our track record is clear. The Law Society has continuously advocated for mass participation amongst the students, as you probably have seen with our policies, including reduction of the membership fee from 50,000 to 30,000, the track record of the president, and under the support of the patron and the university law school dean. So we believe that the commission, in its wisdom, has done one of the most independent jobs, and they continue to be very transparent and independent.
During the nomination process, the Ichagua Alpha system affected students who had not registered, along with those who were off semester. Much as this challenge was alleviated by extension of the nomination dates, it is still uncertain as to whether the system would not affect the electoral process on polling. Addressing these concerns, Wahanze stated that the Electoral Commission intends to formally engage the university administration to request access for all law students to participate on the election day.
Well, first, it's very regrettable that there were those glitches, those challenges, and of course, it's not a glitch on our part. The most part was the administration policy. But we have, as we have always provided, we have continuously engaged the administration, and we think that since the election is 2 weeks away, we think that there's going to be a harmonious proposition that's going to be reached between us and them, and we shall have that part of the Alpha platform, which provides for elections, to be even granted to students who have not necessarily completed their tuition arrears.
Despite these hurdles, Joseph Sengova, a third-year law student, affirmed that the election process has so far been organized in a free and fair manner, even though the electoral roadmap was shifted from the traditional Advent semester to the Trinity semester on top of a power vacuum in the society.
We are glad to know that the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Chinore Andrew, has organized a very clean and fair election. It has been a difficult time transitioning from the usual January elections to the May elections since the semesters have shifted. However, we see that even with these power struggles, we are able to have a free and fair election within this difficult time.
Students have expressed mixed feelings about the election.
Honestly, I've heard about the election. I've seen posters around, I've seen flyers, but I've not actually seen the people in person. They have not talked to us in person. And as politicians or as aspiring leaders, I feel like they have to come in contact with us, the people that they want to lead or the people that they want to serve, which has not happened. So I find the election process boring. And I hear it's in May, but it's so boring, so uninformative. I don't understand it at all that much.
For now, it sounds like a rumor. I've seen some posters around, and some people have approached us in person but not in groups. So I feel like it would be better for them to come and talk to us in large numbers so that we can actually see their charisma and see that these are the leaders that we want.
I don't have enough information about the whole process and the applicants.
The successfully vetted candidates will close their campaigns with the presidential debate scheduled on May 26th, followed by the election on the 28th of May 2025. Janina Nankunda, reporting for Media Link News.
Thank you so much for the report, Janina. Now moving on into more stories. The Ministry of Internal Affairs this week launched a 2-week bazaar at the Guild Square. The bazaar is a trade arrangement that opens space to both businesses at the start of every semester. More details in our report tonight.
The semester has returned with a Guild government's customary bazaar, organized through the Ministry of Internal Affairs. The bazaar is a student-led market event where vendors and students showcase and sell a variety of hostel merchandise.
I feel like on the students' part, us students are going to go out there in the world looking for jobs, but this is a startup for them. You could start up with a small, let me say a business of 100K and make some money out of that, save up and do something in the future with the money.
More than just a business space, the bazaar is a fundraiser. Proceeds from store registration go directly to support the Guild government's projects, especially the Guild Fund. UCU Coffee Hub, stationed at the Incubation Hub, pitched camp in this edition of the bazaar, selling some of their flagship products.
And I'm calling upon you guys to come check us out. We have various coffee types. We have lattes, cappuccinos, mochas, and everything else. So yeah, we would be so happy to have you guys. And we also do trainings, coffee trainings for those people who are interested in being baristas. We have internship opportunities for people interested in coffee, the whole value chain and everything.
The bazaar has opened space to a number of vendors to sell their merchandise on the university premises while establishing networks for continued business. Among Patience, reporting for Media Link News.
Welcome back. Now in other news, the Fuel program has experienced a boost with a launch that was held in Nkoyo early this week. The program has had a curriculum revision with the priorities still lying in developing Christ-centered leaders. Tara Hiagana reports more.
In a session held this Tuesday in Nkoyo, the Fuel program was launched, attracting a number of students and prominent guild leaders, including 3 of the former guild presidents.
I am really impressed by the heart that the people who are running this and ensuring that this works have. Generally the know and the understanding that there is a need for leaders to have a very good understanding of how systems work and how processes work.
FUEL, which is an acronym for First Undergraduate Experience in Leadership, is a mentorship program that was started by the 25th Guild President, His Excellency Dumba Timothy, in liaison with his Minister for Presidency, Chris Asimwe.
A lot has changed about the program. The first 2 years of the program and this, the current year, the curriculum has changed. But here is something that has not changed and will never change. When the program was started, the point was to create leaders who solve problems. That's a different breed altogether, and we don't have many of them. Not in our families, in our universities. We need more of them in our nation. And so that's what the program is about.
Wherever we are, we need to ensure that we are leaders there. Whether it is in the entertainment industry, whether it's in education, whether it's in family, all these spaces require us to be good leaders. And so we have taken a look back at all these different spheres and have decided to create a curriculum that guides leaders to understand generally what God's desire is for leadership in the different spheres.
The fruits of this initiative are evident even in the current Guild leadership after the movement counted 6 MPs in the 27th Guild government.
I joined Fuel and slowly by slowly I started seeing errors in my ways. Things slowly by slowly may have not turned out as planned, but for where I am today, because of Fuel, I can say I'm a very content person.
When I was into my campaign, when I was still campaigning for MP School of Business, I think I'm one of the few people who spent the least amount of money because of the network.
The program was launched by Pastor Roger Sediam, the campus pastor for Watoto Church Chengera, who also encouraged the leaders to lead with love as the founders of the movement had encouraged.
I must say that when Timothy was talking about, the direction that the Lord has given them about the heartbeat of leadership being love, I thought to myself, praise God, He has given them a very accurate diagnosis of the problems that we have. It's now my honor and my joy to declare the Fuel program launched. Let's give the Lord a big hand clap for that.
Tera Hiriagana, reporting for Media Link News.
In our final story today, the new students have today been inducted into the university culture. The program that was facilitated by the office of the DOSA, the Guild government, the communication office, and affiliated offices shone a spotlight into some of the opportunities that are available for students in the UCU community.
Welcome her. She can introduce herself.
The first-year student induction took place earlier today at the Nkoyoyo Multipurpose Hall with different offices and departments like the library, Guild government, Alan Galpins, counseling offices, and the Directorate of Student Affairs, leaning in the new entrants about the UCU community.
When you are a student, this should be an opportunity for you to grow. You should grow in and out of the class. You see, when you finish school, you will have a CV and maybe a letter of application for a job, and you will submit it somewhere. That CV or your documents, your academic documents, will get you a job, but it's your character and your skill that will help you keep it. I hope we are together.
In their presentation, the library department highlighted opportunities available in Ham, Mukasa, and its affiliated stores, while pointing students to new technologies and impending dangers like plagiarism.
If you take someone else's idea, if you read a book, if you read actually even just someone's words, if you take them and do not give credit to that person or to the originator of the idea, you have actually committed plagiarism, and that is academic theft.
On public holidays, the library is still open from 8:30 a.m. and we close at 5 p.m. That is on public holidays and when you are off semester.
We caught up with a number of these new students, and their first impression of the university environment is sitting well with their hearts.
University, I've enjoyed it that you interact with very many people. Yeah, a lot of orientation that we have had so far regarding the career guidance. Because sometimes you choose a course but you don't actually know what you're going to do. But in the orientation, like they tell you what you're going to do.
The experiences are many. Actually, the lecturers are friendly.
all my new friends are also very good, and the school environment is really so favorable.
To be honest, I've not had any bad experience. The stay has been okay. The elder students are welcoming. Yeah, it's a good environment.
The journey of these new students starts today. It's left to be seen how long these messages will go in improving their stay in the university. Kennedy Tembo, reporting for Media Link News.
Many thanks for keeping me company from the start of the bulletin to the end. I don't know about you, but the weekend is upon us. However, I urge you to just enjoy it responsibly, not forgetting to like, comment and subscribe to the UCU Media Link News. From me and the production team, it's a good night.
You are watching UCU Focus TV.